There's always something new at the MFA. It could be cutting edge. Remember Ralph Lauren's Cars? Or fun and funky, as with Takashi Murakami. Extra special are exhibitions of living artists, such as Jamie Wyeth. And sometimes, as in the world of Winnie the Pooh, it's okay to play. One perennial favorite is Impressionist Claude Monet. The MFA's collection is among the largest outside France. For the 150th, all 35 paintings will be shown together, a first in 25 years.
Monet and Boston have a long-standing relationship in that his works have been exhibited in Boston since 1883. He knew some of the collectors who were buying his work for Boston. There's a painting on view behind me right now of a snow scene. A Boston gallery sent Monet a letter asking if he could identify the location for its owner.
Monet's reply, Vitoy by the Seine.
These will rejoin the other Monet paintings in the exhibition, two which were among the first Monet paintings acquired by the Museum of Fine Arts in 1906, one from the early 1870s called Ships in a Harbor, and another from 1889 that is Valley of the Creuse. And then we also have two paintings that Monet made in Giverny. And he lived and worked in Giverny from the 1880s until his death in 1926. I love this knowledge that we have that Monet knew his paintings were here. I find that to be really, really charming to imagine this connection between this great artist and our great city.
Exploring the art of ancient cultures can be a pathway to understanding more than the past.
The museum has had a collection of Islamic art since its founding in 1870.
Today, its 6,000 objects have a new permanent home.
It doesn't tell a single story, a grand narrative that explains A to Z Islamic culture. And it probably leaves people with as many questions or more questions than they had when they came in. You want them to come out feeling curious, not only about Islamic cultures of the past, but also what's in my neighborhood, who are the Islamic communities that live next door to me, how can I understand them better? One of the most exciting collaborations we did was with two imams from the Islamic Society of Boston.
Here, Imam Muhammad Nabil recites verses from a centuries-old Quran manuscript. Visitors can listen to recorded verses.
This is from Nigeria, and it is a full book for over 1400 years. It's the same book with the same way of even recitation, with the same rules of recitation. Many of my students even came here, and they was surprised. I didn't tell them, so they were surprised to hear me reciting here.
When people come out of the gallery, I hope that they feel a curiosity and a sense of connection, maybe a sense that Islamic cultures and the Arabic language is less unfamiliar than it might have been to them before.
Can you name 5 women artists?
Usually I get Frida Kahlo, Georgia O'Keeffe, Mary Cassatt, and then a lot of people stumble.
Women artists have taken over the 3rd floor of the America's Wing, normally reserved for 20th century art. The art is still 20th century, all 20th century women.
Part of this was inspired by the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage. It was also inspired by the MFA's 150th anniversary. Nearly 90% of what you see is drawn directly from the MFA collection.
Paintings by Georgia O'Keeffe, plus a mix of media from fiber arts to furniture, pottery, and sculpture. And when the exhibition ends in May 2021?
Not back to the basement is the answer. And that is my job now. Instead of having a gallery, say, of Jackson Pollock, have the works by Joan Mitchell or Elaine de Kooning or Grace Hartigan, and not have Jackson Pollock suck all the air out of the room. We want to be able to make a sustainable effort in promoting women artists.
And back to Monet, it is hard to imagine today that Monet was once considered radical, criticized for exhibiting paintings that looked unfinished. The museum's Monet exhibition had been scheduled for last spring, but it will now open in November. In addition to the 35 paintings in the MFA's collection, there will be more on loan from private collectors. Up next, making art accessible.